I'm speechless.
Yes, right there, yeah.
I'm concerned about the lack of discussion about the role of women in this campaign, as I'm concerned about the absence of women on this panel. Yes.
Very good point. That won't happen again, will it, Ken?
Right, no.
Comment on the important key role women play in electing Senator Obama.
The question is about the role of women in the campaign, the key role of women in electing Senator Obama, and just in fairness to repeat the question, acknowledging that we don't have a woman on the panel. And that is something we talked about, but in putting the panel together, we gave different campaigns the options of bringing people here, and given the different schedules, it didn't work out. And that's unfortunate. But
well, I do want to talk about this, having worked for Senator Clinton. And one of the frustrating things we experienced during the campaign is the extent to which the media who were covering the campaign underestimated how important her candidacy was to women. People easily understood what Senator Obama meant to people of color, and could not make the same leap about the extent to which women invested lots of hopes in Senator Clinton, but it was powerful. Part of what was interesting about that to me is that it was not just women like her. It wasn't, well-educated, Yale, law school, Wellesley. The women who were most devoted to her, who most were able to see their story and her story and her story and their story, were non-college educated women. At which it's a remarkable connection, and so I think that Senator Clinton herself played a powerful role. Women played a powerful role in keeping her campaign going and energized in very difficult moments. We no longer. I do a lot of work for Emily's List, and one of the things that has been a consistent problem over the years, people imagining a woman as a chief executive. Well, after Senator Clinton's campaign, it wasn't successful, but we now have the template for what a woman president looks like, what she sounds like, how she acts, and it's Hillary Clinton. I think that her campaign really is historic in that way. There's no mystery any longer about what whether a woman can be president and what that would look and feel like. The one other thing that one of the questions at the end of when Sarah Palin was chosen was, would somehow she be able to go over and grab the women who supported Hillary Clinton? The answer to that was very clearly no. In the exit polls, women who supported Hillary for the Democratic nomination supported Senator Obama in the general election by 85-15. And so that for those women, it wasn't just about electing the first woman to national office. It was about electing somebody who represented their views and their aspirations, and that was really uniquely
talk about this for a minute, because without disrespect for Ken, it is not your question. The answer that Jeff just gave is not unrelated to the fact that there are no women up here. Washington doesn't get it. They always get it last. This is the most underwritten story of this campaign by the press, by the media. Let me explain this. Women, I'll have a small disagreement with you. Women my age, in my generation, felt this really acutely because they were the ones that suffered all the indignities that you suffer when you fight to win the battle for equality, as they did. I tell this story a lot because young people don't understand. When my wife graduated in the class of 1971 from Roslyn High School in suburban New York, they had two playing fields, a boys' playing field and a girls' playing field for the sports. They had a construction project. They simply shut down the girls' playing field, closed off women's sports for the year, and that was the end of that, so they could do the construction project and open it up next year. You couldn't do that today, and the only reason you can do it is because people like Hillary Clinton fought to make sure that could happen. Now, here's why this is an underwritten story. This was one of the most painful parts of my chairmanship, was being the referee. Naturally, of course, all the Barack people thought I was with Hillary, and the Hillary people thought I was with Barack. That just goes with the territory. But nobody understood the agony that women, particularly of my generation, were undergoing about this issue. And to this day, it has been swept under the rug and forgotten because she didn't win. I would love to see some people really look at this seriously. Here we are. This is inexcusable, having 5 guys up here. And in all due respect, schedules, we don't do that. If you're going to have diversity, you're going to have diversity, and you make damn sure you have diversity. We have not learned about that. The underwritten story about this campaign is not just about the first African-American president. It's what happened to the first woman. We thought we were past all this stuff, and we weren't. We weren't surprised about the degree of racism or lack of it or whatever. That was endlessly examined. We did not examine the fact that we haven't gotten nearly as far ahead as we thought we were about equality between the sexes. And that ought to be revisited as a result of what happened. And it happened to Sarah Palin, too. All the stuff that happened to Sarah Palin, and God knows I don't have a lot of sympathy for political points of view, but a lot of the stuff that happened to her, as she pointed out, would not have happened had she been a man. And so that is a serious issue that this country has not yet dealt with, and that was the sore that was unroofed by what went on the cable television stations, especially regarding Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Can I